The sun's fiery touch. Understanding heat waves in India. India, a land of diverse landscapes and vibrant cultures, also faces the fury of nature's extremes. From the arid deserts of Rajasthan to the lush coastal regions of Kerala, the country experiences a wide range of climatic conditions. Among these, heat waves have emerged as a silent threat, impacting millions across the country. These extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and intense, posing significant challenges to public health and safety. Imagine a scorching sun, relentlessly beating down, pushing temperatures far beyond normal. The air shimmers with heat, and the ground becomes unbearably hot to touch. That's a heat wave, a period of abnormally hot weather, often lasting for days or even weeks. During this time, the usual rhythm of life is disrupted as people struggle to cope with the oppressive heat. Life comes to a standstill as the mercury soars. Schools and offices may close, and outdoor activities are curtailed to avoid the risk of heat-related illnesses. Streets wear a deserted look as people stay indoors, seeking refuge from the oppressive heat. The once bustling markets and busy roads fall silent, with only a few brave souls venturing out. Daily activities become a challenge, with the scorching sun draining energy and enthusiasm. Simple tasks like walking to the store or working outdoors become arduous and exhausting. For many, especially the most vulnerable, heat waves become a matter of survival. The elderly, children, and those with pre-existing health conditions are particularly at risk of heat stroke and dehydration. From farmers toiling in the fields to construction workers under the open sky, heat waves spare no one. These laborers face the brunt of the heat, often without adequate protection or access to cooling facilities. The impact is felt across sectors, affecting agriculture, healthcare, and even infrastructure. Crops wither under the relentless sun, roads crack, and the demand for medical services spikes as heat-related illnesses rise. Understanding heat waves is crucial, not just for scientists and policymakers, but for every citizen. Awareness and preparedness can help mitigate the effects of these extreme weather events, ensuring that communities are better equipped to handle the challenges they bring. A planet in distress. How climate change fuels the heat. Our world is facing an unprecedented crisis, one that is reshaping the very fabric of our environment. The Earth's climate is changing, and sadly, not for the better. The signs are all around us, from the melting ice caps to the rising sea levels, and the increasing frequency of extreme weather events. Like a simmering pot on a stove, our planet is heating up, and human activities are the primary culprit. The Industrial Revolution brought about significant advancements, but it also led to an unprecedented increase in the emission of greenhouse gases. The excessive release of greenhouse gases, primarily from burning fossil fuels, is trapping heat in the atmosphere, leading to global warming. Activities such as deforestation and land use changes further exacerbate the situation by reducing the Earth's capacity to absorb carbon dioxide. This global warming is like turning up the thermostat on our planet, making extreme weather events like heat waves more frequent and intense. These heat waves are not just uncomfortable, they pose serious health risks and can be deadly. Imagine a magnifying glass intensifying the sun's rays. That's what climate change is doing to heat waves. The increased concentration of greenhouse gases acts like a magnifying glass, amplifying the sun's heat and making our planet hotter. It's making them hotter, longer, and more dangerous. The prolonged exposure to extreme heat can lead to heat-related illnesses, wildfires, and droughts, disrupting ecosystems and human lives.
India, situated in a geographically vulnerable region, is experiencing the brunt of this climate crisis. The country's diverse climate and vast population make it particularly susceptible to the adverse effects of global warming. The Indian subcontinent, with its vast landmass and proximity to the equator, is warming at a faster rate than the global average. This accelerated warming is leading to more severe and frequent heat waves, affecting millions of lives. This means that the heat waves we experience are not just a natural phenomenon, but are exacerbated by our actions. The choices we make today will determine the future of our planet and the well-being of generations to come. It is imperative that we take immediate and decisive action to mitigate the effects of climate change and protect our planet.
When India melted. Tales of recent heatwaves. The year was 2015, and India experienced one of its deadliest heatwaves on record. The scorching temperatures turned bustling cities into virtual ovens, and the relentless heat left people desperate for relief. Temperatures soared to a staggering 48 degrees Celsius, or 118 degrees Fahrenheit, in some parts of the country. The intense heatwave caused roads to melt and infrastructure to buckle under the pressure. Hospitals overflowed with heatstroke patients, and the death toll climbed into the thousands. Medical facilities were stretched to their limits, with doctors and nurses working around the clock to save lives. This was not an isolated incident. The frequency and intensity of heatwaves have been increasing, painting a grim picture of the future. In recent years, India has witnessed a surge in heatwave events, each leaving behind a trail of suffering and loss. Rural areas in particular have been hit hard, with farmers losing their crops and livelihoods. In 2019, the city of Churu in Rajasthan recorded a blistering 50.8 degrees Celsius, or 123.4 degrees Fahrenheit, pushing the limits of human endurance. The streets were deserted as people stayed indoors, trying to escape the unbearable heat. These heat waves are not just statistics. They are stories of human struggle and resilience. Communities have come together to provide relief, sharing water and resources to help those in need. They are a stark reminder of the urgent need for action. Activists and experts are calling for immediate measures to combat climate change and mitigate the effects of these extreme weather events. From parched lands and failing crops to power outages and water shortages, the impact of heat waves is multifaceted and far-reaching. The consequences ripple through every aspect of life, affecting health, economy, and the environment. Section 4. Beating the heat. Simple steps for staying safe. When the sun unleashes its fury, staying safe becomes paramount. Fortunately, there are simple yet effective measures we can all take to protect ourselves and our loved ones from the dangers of extreme heat. First and foremost, stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water and fluids throughout the day, even if you don't feel thirsty. Avoid sugary drinks and alcohol, as they can dehydrate you further. Wear loose, light-colored clothing, as dark colors absorb more heat. Seek shade whenever possible, especially during the hottest hours of the day. If you must venture out, use an umbrella, hat, and sunglasses for protection. Listen to your body and take frequent breaks if you feel overheated. Remember, prevention is always better than cure. Section 5. Finding shade in a concrete jungle. Protecting the most vulnerable. While heat waves affect everyone, some are more vulnerable than others. The elderly, infants, pregnant women, and those with pre-existing medical conditions are particularly susceptible to heat-related illnesses. It is our collective responsibility to ensure their well-being during these challenging times.
Check on your elderly neighbors and relatives, ensuring they have access to cool environments, hydration, and any necessary medical attention. Infants and young children are also highly sensitive to heat. Keep them cool and hydrated, and never leave them unattended in parked cars.
For those who work outdoors, such as construction workers, farmers, and street vendors, access to shade, rest breaks, and drinking water is crucial. Employers have a moral and ethical obligation to provide these basic necessities to their employees, ensuring their safety and well-being. Section 6. Empowering communities. Traditional wisdom meets modern solutions. India has a rich history of traditional knowledge and practices that can help us adapt to changing climatic conditions. From using earthen pots to keep water cool to building houses with natural ventilation, our ancestors were masters of sustainable living.
We can learn from their wisdom and integrate traditional practices with modern solutions. Promoting green spaces within cities, encouraging rooftop gardens, and using cool roofs that reflect sunlight are just a few examples.
Community-based initiatives can play a vital role in spreading awareness and implementing heat action plans. From organizing health camps and distributing ORS, oral rehydration salts, to providing access to cool shelters, communities can come together to protect their most vulnerable members.